The Rock's next appearance has been revealed. Plus, we have an update on NXT call-up plans, and Joe Hendry addresses his WrestleMania squash match. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. The Rock has some questions to answer.
Triple H has some questions to answer. Why would you let this happen if you knew The Rock wasn't going to be there? Unless The Rock has done a shoot not being there appearance.
Well, he put it on Instagram on WrestleMania weekend. I'm having a lovely time in Hawaii. And we all went, easy what you're doing. No, was legit in Hawaii, in a hammock, drinking out of a coconut whilst, that main event of WrestleMania happened. So what was that about? Is he involved again? Well, what we know is that on the Pat McAfee show today at 12:15 EDT, The Rock's going to be on it.
And I hope he tells us why he wasn't there. That's all we need to know. We don't care about his holidays. We don't care about his daughters. We don't care about his pancakes. We just want to know why he wasn't there for the main event of WrestleMania, which he set up by doing the deal with John Cena.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It
was all started with him, and he wasn't there to finish it. It's unforgivable.
Now, the conversation that I've heard online is how, the WrestleMania main event was by design a disappointment, in the sense that there was John Cena wrestled in a very deliberate style. We had a long walk-in, as opposed to a run-in by Travis Scott, and no appearance by The Rock. The idea that John Cena said he was going to set out to ruin wrestling for everyone kind of did with that main event, and I think that was maybe the point. The idea that in the year of our Lord 2025, WWE would make the main event of their biggest show of the year shot by design is terrifying.
You swore, Tom. You have just sworn on a news video.
Is that not an okay one? 2025. Is that not an okay one?
The S word. Owen Mawson, get your little muty finger out there, dear boy. The S word.
I thought that one was okay.
But it is for Pat McAfee. But not for you, Tom.
But will Pat McAfee be on the Pat McAfee show?
Oh, aye.
Because obviously he got taken out by Gunter, and it was Boston Connor, or as we know in my house, undisputed WWE champion in 2K25 Boston Connor, who was the one that made the announcement about it, whilst they talked about some issues they had with an Austrian horrible person.
I would love it if Pat was there, but he just sounded like Deirdre Barlow. Hello there, Ken. Oh, Rock, why weren't you there at WrestleMania, Rock? What's going on with you? I'm Pat McAfee. Oh, that was a strong choke by Gunter last night on Raw.
Will you be there on SmackDown?
Yeah. But that's all we need to know, Dwayne. Why weren't you there? Because it was the finishing bit of that bit of the story without the main person who caused it all. It makes little to no sense.
Look, as Triple H said, alarmingly amount of times on the road to WrestleMania, we need to stop criticizing and stop fantasy booking and stop questioning it and just enjoy the ride.
I think you're allowed to be critical and also enjoy the ride, because you want the best for the thing that you love. And you don't want people to poke holes in it, and that's what I'm doing here today.
Do you feel like the fact that Triple H spent a lot of the time on the road to WrestleMania saying, stop criticising it and just shut up and watch it, was a little bit, Kairi Sane, Io Sky and Asuka of him?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't saying it this time last year, and it was all going very, very, very well, was he? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, we might have some of those questions answered by The Rock on the Pat McAfee show at 12:15 EDT on Tuesday, i.e. today. Now, when it comes to the other end of WWE scale and NXT, we saw Stephanie Vaquer do some wonderful work on Raw last night. Julia popped up on there as well.
Roxanne Perez as well.
Roxanne Perez, who we feel like is a shoo-in for that main roster. But Bodyslam.net's Corey Hayes gives us some details on who we could be seeing getting the call up from NXT.
Yes, they are saying there have been discussions about potential call-ups for Trick Williams, as he's expected to be called up. Another name being thrown around is Lola Vice. Lola has not won gold on the NXT brand, but she has seasoned enough to make the move. Trick Williams, on the other hand, has done just about all he can. There hasn't been specific discussions about which brand, but speculation is flooded with SmackDown coming up this Friday, and Trick Willie in particular has some ties to SmackDown's Carmelo Hayes. My goodness me, the armbar winner.
Yeah. Now, do you put them back together, or do you start a little feud that builds from there?
I think it's a feud written in heaven there, Tom, because Carmelo
Heaven in heaven.
is a dick. Trick Willie has the power of the people, even though he has been a dick towards Javon Evans in the latter days of NXT. He could have the power of the people. Whoop that trick. It's an easy retcon to make. Lola Vice, an interesting one. If you don't know about her, she kicks people in the face really hard and has a wonderful sciatica issue, which means she always has to sort of shake her hips like that. So she might be kicking people in the head, but she also makes sure to shake the booty to make sure the sciatica is dealt with at the same time.
She fights like Ronda Rousey and then dances like Nikki Bella. It's a combo that may lead to main roster success for one Lola Vice. Lola Vice, Trick Williams, two great names who I think would do great work on the main roster.
Especially Trick, as they say there, he has done everything you can possibly do in an NXT. He sort of felt like they're just doing things for things' sake, if that makes sense, for his latter days in NXT, like making him be a bit of a dick towards Javon Evans. He's done it all. Lola Vice, we haven't even scratched the surface with. I think she's got limitless potential and could do many great things. I see great things in her future and her past.
Yeah, that's it. As some careers are beginning, one is sunsetting. Of course, John Cena has less than 30 dates, not matches, appearances, dates left in his book. And should he end those dates, should that countdown reach zero, and he is still WWE champion, then that belt goes with him. Now, I wanted to give this a mention because it popped up on my radar. WWE.com have now officially retired the Universal title, which was molded into and folded into the WWE title that John Cena holds.
Yeah, because on that website, Cody Rhodes has been listed as both champions since he defeated Roman Reigns there, Tom.
So this sort of cleans up the timeline a little bit, like the people do in that series Loki, where they've got the pruners.
Don't ask me about Loki. I don't know about the little bald man.
They clean the timeline up.
Sorry, the really tough bald man. I didn't mean to say little bald man. The really tough bald man with the deep voice like Deirdre Barlow.
Deirdre's back again with the ill behaviour. Going ahead to the end of the year, Survivor Series. Big announcement on Raw after Mania about the November tradition.
Do you live near Petco Park in San Diego, California? Do you live far away from Petco Park in San Diego, California? Well, make sure you can get there on November the 29th because you can see Survivor Series. If you want to take out a mortgage to get a ticket for a WWE live show, you can do it if you fancy.
Yeah, and this particular venue, Petco Park, on Saturday, November 29th, it is the first time that Survivor Series has emanated from an outdoor venue.
Fantastic.
Brave in November, but they are going to be in California, so
I imagine it's quite hot.
Yeah, I think they might be okay. Doing that in like Newcastle would be a risk.
Yeah.
You'd have Samoa Joe back as Cagoule before you knew it. So that's Survivor Series. That's a long way away, and a lot can happen between now and Survivor Series. We're coming off the back of WrestleMania 41. And a wonderful appearance by your friend and mine, Mr. Joe Hendry. There we go, nailed it. A lot of people delighted to see Joe personally. You know, I was in a car with him last year doing the Burning Heart tour, as in between talking about Simply Red and Sonic 3 on the Mega Drive. He manifested being in the Rumble and manifested being at WrestleMania, and he went and did them both. What can you say?
He was pushing me around Morrison's in the trolley. I was sat in the trolley, and we bought some cheese together. Meat and cheese as always pleases, and we had a great time there. And he spoke about WrestleMania there, and he mentioned Randy Orton being the dream opponent for him at WrestleMania. So to see it happen after our discussion in that trolley in Morrison's was it was a dream come true.
In the comments below, tell us your obscure way that you met Joe Hendry when he manifested his WrestleMania match. The more obscure, the better. A lot of people calling it a squash match. It was a short affair which saw Joe Hendry take an RKO and in doing so create a fantastic wrestling meme. But Joe Hendry has been on Busted Open Radio where he has addressed this criticism of the match being a squash.
He disagrees, naturally. The offense was back and forth, says Joe Hendry, whereas a squash, to me, it could have been ding ding, RKO, there you go. For me, what I was thinking about, my different title reigns are defined by different things. When Josh Alexander was TNA World Champion, it was a classic match after classic match. My job as TNA Champion is what defines this reign is business and getting as many eyeballs on TNA Wrestling as possible.
He added, you know who else lost quickly at WrestleMania in a similar fashion? John Cena. All of a sudden, I'm going to say I'm too good to do that. To me, that's exactly how it should have gone. Do you know what CM Punk told me? We had a great conversation after. CM Punk told me that's exactly how it should have gone. If it had gone longer, I think it would have worked out worse for me. There is no shame in taking an RKO and losing to a legend like Randy Randy Orton.
That's the thing, Tom. He knocked Randy Orton on his arse a couple of times. Yes, it was a short match, but it definitely was not a squash match. Joe Hendry got the old freak of nature in there. He was doing all sorts. Yes, Randy Orton leads with 2 RKOs and Joe Hendry's on his back, but that's the sort of cheeky booking Randy Orton gets with his babyface. What's he like, Randy? He can't contain himself, can't stop the RKOs. It was far from a squash match. It was just a short tete-a-tete.
Yes, and it was a tete-a-tete that Triple H really, really enjoyed. He was glowing about Joe Hendry during the pro-show press conference, saying, I love Joe Hendry. He's a great talent, great entertainer, smart, respectful to what we do. He has a bright future. I was really happy that we could put him in this spot and showcase him for everybody on a bigger platform. I told him right before he walked out, you will be here again. So enjoy this one because the pressure gets heavy from here. This will be the easiest WrestleMania you ever do, and you will do more.
If I was Joe Hendry there, I would have probably pooped my pants. And I'd have walked out.
Just before you walked out?
Yeah, just covered in brown everywhere. Because Triple H is basically saying, we're going to do something with you. Because I think, is it his contract situation sort of wraps up at the start of next year? Is that what I've read?
We haven't got long left with Joe Hendry under a TNA deal. So, I mean, it's not going to take the sharpest minds in the world to know where that next offer is going to come from, is it?
Because that's the thing about Joe Hendry. A lot of people go, he's just an entrance theme and then the bell rings. That is a load of bollocks, let me tell you. Serious, funny, all the emotions you can put in there, Joe Hendry can do as a performer, as a wrestler. He's got the amateur chops, he's got the showmanship chops, he's got everything you want to be a professional wrestler. So the fact that Triple H is saying that, I think, is warranted. Hop the Joe Hendry. Let's go back to Morrison's and check out some cheese.
And you know what else? He's a thoroughly lovely bloke.
Yes, he is.
And I am a big proponent of good things happening to good people. So more of that, please, and thank you. Also, congratulations to Randy Orton on becoming the linear TNA World Heavyweight Champion. A cracking result for Randall Keith. Another world title ticked off for Randy. Let's go.
That's 15 now. John Cena is coming after you.
Well done, matey. And I'm looking forward to the linear TNA champion, Randy Orton, facing WWE champion John Cena at Backlash. Oh, what a time to be alive. Hold and give.
4 p.m. BST, Hold and Give YouTube channel. Scroll down to the homepage on this one. It's the yellow circle. Click on that. We'll kick some footballs in the AFC 25.
And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.